and welcome back to Vlogmas. Welcome back to day 19. We are entering the last week of Vlogmases. I'm super excited because with every day that comes, we are approaching Christmas and I can really feel the traditions and I can feel the holiday, the celebration everywhere. Made myself a tea for the purpose of this video because today we're going to talk about books. I have here next to me a bunch of books that I read over this year that I absolutely love, that I recommend to you. I will tell you a little bit of each one of them in just a couple of minutes. I actually want to kickstart the video with doing shortly the advanced challenge, so let's see what's inside, and giving you the instructions for day 19 because it's something that you have to do today while you're moving. It's here. It's here. So today's tea has a combination of red ginseng and green matcha. I think I had something similar. I had the impression there are similar things in the advanced, but there are actually slight differences between all of them. So this is definitely something that I would try again in the morning when you need a little bit of energy before doing an intense activity to give you this green matcha energy. Now, for the purpose of our gratitude challenge, today is all about saying thank you as often as possible. Your exercises when you're going to work or school or going anywhere for a walk, with every single step that you're taking, to say thank you, thank you, thank you. What you can do is to really, as your step, be mindful of what you're saying in your head and say thank you with a grateful heart, with all your heart, just for being grateful that you're alive and you know your life is somehow going forward anyway. Be grateful for that, if that's only the reason that you have right now. Today is also the 4th week of Advent, the 4th Sunday. That's why you will see here behind me the candles burning. 1 week away from Christmas, usually the last Advent. This is the German tradition. The last week of Advent is the last Sunday before the official Christmas starts. There you go, you have also a little bit of German culture, a little bit of German traditions. So here we are talking about reads, about books that changed my life. Of course, this is a little bit subjective. My own experiences of how these books changed my life, they are generally books that have been recommended for me by other people. Had a great impact from reading them, what was written in them. So I'm here just sharing it forward and giving you a little bit of a background about each book and why I think it makes a great point at helping you in certain direction order. I will just start with the first book that was on my tower of books here next to me on the table, which is the one written by Gary Jones, and it's actually the last one that I read. It's called Change Your Mindset, Change Your Life. I love this book, and maybe it's not so known because it's quite new on the market. The author is a very inspirational, motivational speaker, successful coach, successful life and wellness coach. We used to work together in the same company and he was one of the guys who inspired my journey in so many ways over the 8 years that I was part of this big nutrition company. His example, his life, his challenges, how he overcame everything, you will find it in this book. It's a very, very easy read. The idea behind it, and for knowing his story about changing your mindset, changing your life, that when you change how you look at things, when you're going through very tough situations in your life and you change your perspective, the situation itself changes because you have a very different view about it. While reading it over the last month, it helped me so much as well to look over my year 2022 and to see it from different perspectives. So I really recommend it to you guys. You should read it for sure. The second book that is here next to me is the one by Denise Duffield Thomas, and it's called Get Rich Lucky Bitch. I know it's a very intriguing book. It's a very intriguing title, I would say. And from everything I read regarding money mindset, I love this one probably the most. It's, let's say, my top 3 books. She's an Australian entrepreneur. I loved how laid back she is with her doing her business, and honestly she's giving a very easy formula of how to kind of improve your mindset around money. So not necessarily your finances, but your mindset around it. And she really goes in depth and gives some really interesting examples specifically tailored for women. After reading this book, I realized that it was no point in me blaming myself of how I'm having my money mindset because women compared to men are so different, and the messages they get from society around money are very different. So I really recommend you again this book if you're a woman, especially because you will get a very big reset in terms of how you look at money, how you look at finances, and where to start working on your money mind. Number 3 on my list is Ask and It Is Given. This is the Romanian title, but it's the Ask and It Is Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks / Abraham Hicks, the very well spiritual mentors, trainers. I don't even know what they are. They're spiritual teachers, probably. This is the most accurate word. This is one of their best sellers. I love all their books. I love their philosophies, and I think so much of how I see manifesting, so much of how I see the spiritual side of the world was influenced by them. But I especially love this one, the Ask and It Is Given, because in the second part of the book, in the beginning is talking about the law of attraction. The second part is with many practical exercises that you can do based on the emotion that you feel. How I like to work with it is to simply identify the emotion that I have in a certain moment and try to do one of the exercises recommended in the book for this specific emotion that would help me raise my vibration, that would help me change the perspective around this certain topic. I use it especially when I was in my very low moments, to shift my mindset when my mind was really refusing to see that there is a good possibility. Just doing these exercises helped me so much to feel less tense, to release some of the resistance. Now, number 4 on my list is the one called Zero Limits. This is the Romanian version again, so I have some of them in English, some of them in Romanian, and this one is written by Joel Vital, and he's talking about the Hawaiian healing technique that a lot of other coaches and spiritual mentors use, especially also Denise in her book, and when dealing with money mindset, with money beliefs, limiting beliefs. This is one of the most powerful books and techniques. I talked about Ho'oponopono, this special technique, in one of my previous videos, sharing that I use it to forgive myself, to forgive others, to forgive situations, and to kind of clear the limiting beliefs, memories that bring me pain from what happened in my past. Provoking a little bit, it's very easy to read, but the happenings in the book and how the author gets in contact for the first time with this technique and how he's applying it and everything that he's finding out about it from his teacher are absolutely mind-blowing. And you have to just read it and try it for yourself to see the results that I'm talking about. This is probably one of the techniques that I use on a daily basis, by just saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. One of the last books, and this is my 5th recommendation for this year of what I read. I'm actually not done with it, but it's a super interesting book, and it's not about spirituality, it's not about money. This is actually about nutrition, about health. It's called The Plant Paradox, and it's written by Stephen R. Gundry, MD. Put his research about digestive system, about plants, about how human beings evolved. Now, what's the idea of this book and why is it called The Plant Paradox? The main idea is that plants are built to kind of destroy you. You are the one who is eating the plants, so they have to protect themselves. So in order to protect themselves and to survive, they are putting in their seeds, in the skin that protects the seed. Certain toxins, certain substances are harming the ones that are eating them, whether it's animals or human beings. It's more to say about it. There are a lot of examples, there are a lot of scientific research behind it. It's a very interesting, thought-provoking kind of book with kind of idea. It also offers you different steps of diet, of how to reset your body, how to reset your digestive system in order for your body to be able to digest food again. Giving you a list of foods that you should avoid. It's giving you step by step, week by week, what other foods to introduce, how to cook them in the best way possible. I really recommend it to anyone who's ever going through something like this to do your own research. I can report I started to change my diet again. My skin has cleared so much up, my hair started to grow again, bloatness is way less than before, and I have no more abdominal pains, which for me is already such a big win after confronting myself with this for the past year. Lots of talk on the subject of books. I'm honestly a little bit disappointed because these are mainly the books that I read this year. I honestly wanted to read more books. I really love reading, finding out new things, or even rereading the same information that I liked and that I want to refresh it in my mind. But this is actually one of the goals that I have for the next year, to really make reading and maybe at least 2-3 books a month a priority, to further develop myself and to further acquire knowledge. So that's it for today. I'm going to prepare for the rest of the day. I cannot wait to see you the next days with new episodes, and let's finish this challenge in Vlogmas together. Bye bye, take care. If you found the one, you should never